Hey everyone, it's Jade and Gody, and welcome back to another monthly setup video. Today's video is going to be somewhat similar to my September bullet journal setup, just experimenting with a couple of new things, and I will be linking everything I got off of Amazon in the description below, just like this brown paper that looks like it comes from pages of journals and some piano books, and as well as this alphabet stamp set with the upper and lowercase letters, also including the numbers. You'll see coming up in the video how I kind of do this scrapbooky themed monthly setup, and once again it's pretty similar to my September bullet journal setup, how I did the green and brown with a bunch of different pieces of paper and stuff, and this is going to be somewhat similar to that. I'm starting off with ripping up some black paper, and I wanted to do a black and white theme with the accent color being brown. Also, another thing, I got this tape roller, and that's another thing. I wanted to test out a bunch of new things, and as well as stamping, and I didn't even use like my Tombow dual brush pens the entire setup. I don't know, my September bullet journal theme inspired me so much to kind of go out of my comfort zone of just drawing, and it seemed that you guys actually really enjoyed my September monthly setup, and that was my most popular video so far, so I decided, since that was my favorite so far, that I kind of wanted to do something a little bit similar. So this paper, the brown paper with the writing on it, it's actually in a set I got online on Amazon, and I think it's over 100 pages of this like handwriting papers, and it's like the inside of a diary, and there's also pages from chapter books, and it's a really thin paper. They're just copies, and I think it was $15 on Amazon. And the stamp set I was using I also got from Amazon, and I was actually at Michael's looking for the same thing, but they had really big letters and I was kind of looking for something a little bit smaller. Here I stamped the letters of November on this white piece of cardstock, and I cut them out in these like diamond square shapes, and I glued them onto the page. But later I actually changed them to the brown paper, so I took off the white cardstock and replaced it with the brown paper, as I thought it added a little bit more contrast to the page. So I wrote down a bunch of quotes this month, a little bit different than my previous setups. I didn't just write like one main quote on one page. I wrote a bunch of different quotes, and I also included some definitions. Like I wrote the definition of November, and I wrote a little small quote. And then also on the left page of these two pages, I did do like kind of a main quote, even though I have multiple quotes all over the page. On the black paper, I used my white Jelly Roll pen to make some lines, dots, and stars, and on the white I used my black Micron pen. Adding a bit of washi tape around the page, and then writing another little small definition in the top left corner. Here I'm using some of the alphabet stamps, and I just stamped the word autumn on it just because we're kind of like November is in the fall season. Here is my calendar page, and I wrote the little box for my notes, my Instagram tracker, and YouTube growth tracker, just to see how many subscribers I'm gaining, the views and likes on the videos. I just wrote some short little, I wouldn't even say they're quotes. There it says, "Hey there, fall," and I wouldn't really say that's a quote, but just a little saying or just something short and sweet that I wrote. And then for the squares for the calendar, I didn't use a ruler for those because I really liked the hand-drawn look I used in the September bullet journal theme, so you won't see me using a ruler much in this setup. Now onto my mood tracker. I again put some black paper on the side and in the corner. So I'm actually not doing a mood tracker where you color something in. I'm just doing like a graph thing. So I draw a line to the mood I felt that day, and it kind of looks like a heartbeat graph type thing. It's hard to explain, but hopefully you'll see when I post some stuff on my Instagram, so make sure to check that out. Ripped out another piece of the handwriting paper and glued that onto the side of the mood tracker and put a piece of washi tape over it. And then I wrote always stay positive on the side, because just saying always think of like the bright side and making the best out of each day. For the mood tracker, you'll see I used the stamp on this brown paper and cut those out into these kind of diamond shapes and glued those on. And I did that for every title for my spreads. For my habit tracker, I put on another piece of the brown paper and a bit of ripped black paper, and I did the same sort of title with the brown paper on the top. Now, I didn't add the actual habit tracker calendars yet because I ordered stamps on Amazon as well, and I ordered those so long ago, probably 3 weeks ago. And I think it's shipping from a faraway country, so I actually went ahead and ordered a different calendar stamp, and that one came within 2 days, or one day actually. If you want to see the finished result of my habit trackers, make sure to go check out my Instagram. Now I'm doing my memory tracker or memory page, and I took some more of the leftover paint cards I had from the September setup, and I cut out little squares from those to add just a little more depth into my spreads. Now, instead of doing my playlist page like in the past, I did a brain dump slash goals thing for October. And this is just a place where I write down my goals, because recently I've actually been having some goals I'd like to accomplish, and I've just been extremely busy in the last couple of weeks, and I just kind of want to write down all my plans or ideas that I have for the month and any goals I'd like to complete before a certain time. So this will just help me with that, because the playlist page was kind of just for decoration and to look at, so I wanted to include something different this time. Now for my back to cover pages, once again doing the exact same thing as my other spreads and adding some more of these little paint card blocks I cut out. It was just so fun to experiment with more things like in the past with my September bullet journal setup. And I was just so happy that I was able to use a variety of different things like my September bullet journal theme. And I don't know, there's just something different about not necessarily just drawing something, and I actually really enjoy sketching out and drawing my themes, but something about the scrapbooking thing is just so cool and I enjoy it so much. Once again, I wrote a couple more definition. I wrote one for harvest and one for leaf. And again, just choosing a bunch of fall and autumn type words that I liked. It was cool to do the definitions this time. It's just something a little bit different and something I haven't really done in my previous setups, and I thought it was really cool to add that in, and I think it just gives it a really cool effect. Here in the middle, I wrote cozy season, and on the side, I wrote sweet like pumpkin pie, because I absolutely love pumpkin flavored stuff. So here, I actually did this last because we actually recently got a new printer, so I was able to print out a couple new pictures. So I printed out these cozy fall pictures that I found on Pinterest or Google, and these looked so pretty and they fit in perfectly with this theme. The most visible parts of it, I outlined it with my white Jelly Roll pen. I added these last two paint cards and put washi tape on some of the pictures. Here is my final flip through of November. Absolutely love how this turned out, one of my favorites by far. This and my September one is probably my favorite so far. I just love the scrapbooking thing. My next theme will probably be more leaning towards the drawing side, but let me know in the comments what you prefer, if you like this scrapbooking type or the drawing type themes, but I can maybe do like a combination. Once again, check me out on Instagram so that you can see the final product of the habit tracker and the back cover page, because the back cover page, I also need one more thing for that. I really hope that you guys enjoyed all this, and I certainly did. It was so fun to experiment with some of these things. Here are my October memories page, my brain dump and goals. I'm really happy I decided to do the brain dump and goals page other than the playlist, because I feel like I'll have way more use to this page. And then the final 2 pages at the back. Here, there's one more thing I need. I'm actually going to get a Polaroid picture from one of my friends so that I can have a real Polaroid little picture there, and I think it will look so cool. But anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this and found this helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!